Hi, welcome back to A Novel Lunch. I'm your writing coach, Pamela S. Thibodeau, and today we're going to talk about scheduling your time to write, creating time to write, scheduling that time to write, and some tips and tricks to keep you motivated as you write. So I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you can see this. So we're going to schedule your writing time, we're going to track your progress, and we're going to have some tips and tricks to keep you motivated. Okay, the goal of scheduling your time and tracking your writing is not to beat yourself up or make you feel guilty if you miss, but it's to show you your progress, to keep you motivated, to show you what you have accomplished, and to guide you to find where you can add a few more minutes each day or each week to write. I'm a firm believer that if you budget your time like you budget your money, you'll create more space to do the things you want to do and accomplish. Okay, so for the next few days or a week or so, I want you to kind of keep track of your day. You know, write down your morning routine. And if you want to do this hour by hour, if that makes it better for you, feel free to do it, to implement, to build it, whatever works for you. But for now, just do it loosely and see if you can examine your day or examine your week and see, even go as far out as a month and see where you can squeeze out some extra time. Time's an illusion. We're all bound by the clock because man created the clock and created schedules and all that. But that's not what this is for. This is to help you examine and your time and all that and see where you can take a few minutes every day or every week or every month and use that for your own writing, for your passion project, writing or your painting or whatever it is. I'm talking to writers here, so we're going to stick with the writing, but this applies to everybody. So, examine, wake up your morning routine, your work time, include travel time, your lunch, what you do on your lunch and how long you get for lunch, after work routine, errands or ball games or, taxiing kids around, whatever it may be. Give yourself, put some time in there, write down what you do. Then, you have your evening routine, your dinner, your homework, your baths, whatever. And then your evening and bedtime routine. And just kind of be honest with yourself here. Do you watch TV? Do you spend time on the phone? Do you spend time watching sports or playing sports where, so the thing is to pick a time in your calendar after you've examined your day for several days or a week or a month. Pick a certain time of the day, even if it's only 30 minutes of your lunch hour, which actually this whole course was created to where you could write on your lunch hour. So if it's 30 minutes during your lunch or 15 minutes during your lunch or during your 2 15-minute breaks. But here's the key. Make an appointment and set it in your calendar exactly as if it was an appointment that you had to make, a dental appointment or a doctor's appointment or some other important appointment. Put it in your calendar, okay? I have a screen here, a calendar that you can use to write it down. I use a desk calendar. If you can, I can show you this right here. I've already got the 2026 and I'm already writing, my Saturday spotlights, ad spots, and things like that. A free meditation, a vision board class. So I'm already planning 2026. So you may not be that far ahead, but for me to do everything I do, the writing I do, the blogging I do, the videos I do, the promotion I do, I have to be organized. So being organized is a gift. It is a skill, but it's also, it is a skill that you can develop. So here's a calendar. You can print this out. And that's what I want you to do. This will be on my website. There'll be a link to it in the show notes. I want you to grab it, download it, print out as many copies as you need, and start planning your writing time. Put it in your calendar. Okay. So here's a few tips and tricks that I have for you also. Okay. Things to keep in mind as you're embarking on your writing routine. Record your beginning and ending word count. Again, this is not to feel guilty. This is to show your accomplishment. I don't care if it's 500 words a day. I don't care if it's 50 words a day. I don't care if it's one sentence. Write it down, because a little bit every day is better than nothing. And you'll never get to the end if you don't do something right on a consistent basis. Okay, celebrate even a few minutes of writing or researching or transcribing notes from your phone, notebook, or tablet into your manuscript. Write your progress in pretty colored ink, or put a sticker on those days that you accomplish your goal of writing. Always, always save your manuscript and back it up to a flash drive, at least weekly, if not daily. All right. Here's something to remember. 250 words equals one full page, and one page a day is a 365-page novel or book. Now, if you can't write on Sundays, or you choose not to write on Sundays or any other day of the week, figure it out what you're going to get at the end of the year. That's always good motivation. Writing is a mindset. So jotting notes and doing research is just as important as sitting at the keyboard. Always keep a small notebook, index cards, or sticky notes handy. So if you get a plot twist, or you get dialogue, you overhear some dialogue and you think, oh man, that would be really great in a book. I had that one time. I had somebody said at a dinner table, he was talking about someone showed up on their deer lease, and he told him, he said, man, you're going to think hell done showed up. I wrote that down right now, and it ended up in a story. So you always have some way. Use the note feature on your phone or the voice memo on your phone. Okay. Make your waiting time writing time. If you're writing, you're waiting at a doctor's office or in line at a bank or at a ballpark or anything else, keep a few pages with you, or your note feature on your phone, or handwrite your stuff. Print out a few pages of a scene that you're working on and keep it with you at all times if you can, and jot down a few notes. When you set a regular time to write and you get in the habit of sitting in front of your computer every day at that time, say it's 5:30 to 5:45 or 6 to 6:15 or 6:30 to 6:45 or whatever, you set aside 15 minutes and you sit there every day, your brain is and you open up your document and just start typing, even if it's dribble, it doesn't matter. But your brain is going to get into the habit of writing. It's going to kick in and say, hey, it's time to write. And the words will start flowing. You'll be surprised. The goal is to finish, not perfect the project. Nothing will give you a sense of accomplishment like putting the end on your manuscript. Don't worry if it's perfect. Don't worry if it's even good. It's called a rough draft for a reason. Everything can be fixed, but you cannot fix it if it's not on the paper. And we'll talk about conflict, goal, and motivation next time, but you want to keep that for yourself and for your characters in the back of your mind, or a note on your computer where if you get stuck, you can always look at that. Sometimes life gets in the way of our best laid plans. So be kind and gentle with yourself. Give yourself some grace and give yourself some forgiveness. But be sure and be aware that whatever's blocking your time or getting in the way of your writing time, make sure that it's really something urgent or important and not procrastination that's brought on by fear. Here's a motivation trick. Reward yourself. If you've met your daily or weekly goal, get you a Starbucks or a smoothie or something, get a massage, buy yourself something. Rewarding yourself is a form of self-validation and self-love. And I suggest doing so. Even the stickers on your calendar is a way of rewarding yourself. Here's another one. Create a mock cover and tape it onto a book that you already own and put that on your desk or near your desk where you can see it every day. Take a few minutes every day and immerse yourself in the feeling of being a published author. Seeing your book in print, holding that book, smell it, whatever. You would be amazed at what visualization and visualizing the end result can do for your motivation. Another way is to create a vision board. Put pictures of your characters, put notes about your plot twist. I have a friend of mine that does a storyboard. I'll share that with you later. But anything that will keep you motivated, and spend a few minutes every day visualizing, feeling the feelings of having accomplished that. Remember, a little bit of dribble on the page is better than no dribble on the page. Here's a little ditty you could say, I think I can, I think I can. If I will just stick to it, I know I can. Of course I can. This week, I'm going to do it. Remember that no emotion in the writer, there's no emotion in the reader. So when you're, again, emotions and things can be layered in, but you want to feel what your characters are feeling. You want to get inside them, inside of their head, not just inside their head, let them come alive in your body, feel what they're feeling, go through what they're going through, make decisions, let them make decisions based on who they are. And that usually reflects on part of who you are, you wish you could be, but that's okay. Just do it. And I've given you some lines and to write down your own motivational tips and tricks as they come to your mind. So I hope you enjoyed this short lesson on scheduling your time to write, finding time to write, or making time to write in your schedule, putting that time down on the computer where you can track it and track in your progress and stay motivated. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week. There will be a link to this document in the show notes, and there's a link to an article that I have written called Time Management for Writers, and that'll be in the show notes also, so that you get a full understanding and feeling for what I've mentioned here. Hope you have a great day. I look forward to sharing with you next week. Until then, happy writing.